Start of the season was my 6th year kind of within just the organization. And I think I just started feeling comfortable in my own skin.
Right.
You know, doing what I get to do every day, making decisions that ultimately pertain to the health and wellness of the players that I work with each and every day. Because you can be healthy, you can be ready to go, but if you're telling me, I'll have a conversation with a guy, usually I say, percentage-wise, where are you at? 100% being you're ready to go, no issues.
Right.
And they'll tell me, I'll get like, for example, I'm 90%. I'm like, okay, what 10% is missing?
Right.
He goes, I'm just not there yet mentally. I haven't had enough reps.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, we'll do what we need to do on our end to give you that 10% so that you can be 100% to play.
That's understandable because, most players want to play. They want to be on that court.
And they'll fight me. Load management is important from the standpoint of we're tracking and monitoring to seeing what is their exposure, how much, how intense, and for how long. We just need to pay more attention to this person.
Okay, so load management is definitely a thing across the board in the NBA.
Yeah, for sure.
Welcome back to Urban Trio Podcast, presented by the Urban Trio Productions. It's been a long time. We've been missing in action. It's your boy Tag. Big shout outs to my co-hosts, Drez, Keith. They'll be here soon. This is your brand new season 2. This your boy Tag, like I mentioned before. And we here to get it started, man. Season 2, man. It's been a hell of a year so far. I got a special guest for you. I want to take time to announce this guest that I have because it's been a long time coming. We tried to get this interview done last year, and nothing don't happen until the right time. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's your boy Tag, aka Eastmart Boss, and I'm here to present a brand new season 2 podcast. We got bigger and better things for you guys in plan. Bigger season, bigger podcast, bigger guests. Let's go. We ready to get it started. He's a friend of mine's from high school days. I think I graduated 2007.
Yeah, I was a 08.
He was 08, exactly. Yeah. I was a junior. He was a junior. I was a senior at the time. Yeah. I just want to introduce Jamal Cort, man. He much respect to Rich, because without Rich, this wouldn't be possible either. You know what I mean? We all went to school together. He's a successful young man from humble beginnings. NBA Utah Jazz top trainer, Jamal Cort.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate you for sure. Definitely.
Thanks for coming, man. I would say, just to start off the reasoning, right? From a dream to reality, with Jamal Cort, as I mentioned. NBA Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
Athletic head trainer.
Yeah.
You graduated from, like I mentioned, Grand Street campus, high school in 2008.
Long time ago.
Long time, man. It makes me feel old right now.
I know, you are old.
Yeah, I know, man. It's a high school called Grand Street campus, otherwise known as EBT.
EBT, yeah.
For Enterprise Business and Technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. In the Bushwick area. Whoever's from the urban community in Brooklyn, y'all know Bushwick.
Yeah, man.
And big shout outs to Bushwick. You graduated in 2008 from Grand Street, right? You then attended urban community.
So I ended up going. Wasn't even sure if I was going to go to college. Like moms wanted, Caribbean household, born in Guyana. So my mom was like, "You going to school? You going to do something?"
We're gonna get to that. Yeah.
You know what I mean. So she wanted me to do nursing, and I ended up leaving Brooklyn, moving up to Buffalo, where I went to Damon College. The now Damon University, and that's kind of where I got my start with everything.
Okay, you graduated with a full degree, right?
Yeah.
St. Augustine of Health and Science.
Yeah. So like that was like the last part of like my education journey. I got into that school in 2016. It was a 3-year accelerated doctorate program.
Okay. Nice.
So 2016 to 2019 down in Miami. And I finished there and I got my doctorate of physical therapy degree, and then kind of moved up the way to make my way to the NBA.
Right. So you pretty much safe to say that's a long educational journey right there.
I owe so much money right now.
But you're here now. You're sitting where you're sitting now. Yeah. And you are proud GT Guyanese descent.
100%.
100%. Tell me about that. How was it growing up with Guyana? Is your mom's and your parents Guyanese?
Moms, dad, everybody. I actually went back this past April. So going back in April was the first time I gone back since I came to the States in 98.
Wow.
And
this year, April?
Yeah, this past.
Nice.
And it was like, you don't realize how good you have it here in New York and the
Right.
U.S. until you go back home and see what you came from.
Right.
And it's like, you know, dirt roads and
Uh-huh.
like you hear about it, you see it in the music videos, but until you're there, you got to walk those roads and like, you know, catch a cab to go everywhere and do this and that. And, you know, it's very, very humbling, very, you know, definitely gave me an opportunity to give appreciation to, you know, from my mom, first and foremost, for taking the time to bring me from the Guyana to the States. And ultimately, you know, it's kind of set me up to be where I am today. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It sounds great. Much shout out to moms.
Yeah,
and parents,
man, always.
Man. I'm from Jamaican descent as well. Parents that, you know, migrated to the States as well. So I know how it feels to go through that humble, you know, background and make it, you know, try to make it survive in the big city of New York.
That's what we're trying to do, man.
Yeah, man. We're gonna get started. Like I said, you are the head athletic trainer of the Utah Jazz.
So I double as the head athletic trainer and the director of rehabilitation.
Right. Since 2022.
So I started right before COVID. I was actually the head trainer for our G League affiliate team, the Salt Lake City Stars.
Okay.
And then right after COVID, you know, I got an opportunity to get promoted as an assistant trainer, a rehab coordinator at the time. And then from there, I kind of made my way up the ladder to where I eventually became the head trainer. The head athletic trainer.
So officially, what year did you have that title as a head athletic trainer? Was it 22?
Like 21, 22, something like that. Yeah,
okay.
Something like that.
Okay. You graduated with a bachelor's degree in health and fitness training.
Yeah. I got my bachelor's in health and fitness training. Then I did my master's in athletic training right there in Buffalo at Damon University.
College. Yeah.
And then I went to Miami to the University of St. Augustine to get my doctorate.
Okay. So your first exposure to professional sports, where you worked as an athletic trainer, intern, that was with the Minnesota Vikings?
Yeah, football it's a beast.
Oh man, I quit. I tried out. I did a couple of practices, but I said it's not for me.
No,
I agree.
Man, it's you have to love it to be in it.
Right.
I liked it, so I was like, no, this ain't for me.
This ain't for you.
I have to love it. So
okay, from the Minnesota Vikings training camp, your following summers, you transitioned to intern athletic director at Cookman University.
Yeah. So after I did my internship with the Vikings, I kind of moved back down. Well, I moved down to Florida. I was in Daytona Beach at HBCU, Bethune-Cookman University, and I was an intern athletic trainer for the men's basketball team.
Okay,
that was like my first here's your real job with men's basketball. You know,
getting your feet wet,
right? You know, at a Division I level. So that was pretty important for me.
Nice. Before we move forward, what was your inspirations like growing up as a youth and pretty much during high school when we went to school?
Yeah.
Did you envision yourself being in the position that you're in now?
No. I mean, like I mentioned before, college wasn't even on my radar because my older brother, he did some college, he hooped, so I kind of watched him a little bit, but there was really no one there that was go to college, do this, you know, try to better. In my mind, I was just gonna get a job after we graduated high school and then figure it out along the way. I think we had some good resources at Grand Street campus.
We did.
Our college advisor, she pretty much told me without telling me that I'm gonna go to this school, and she was right. I never visited the school, but she said, "Hey, I think you might like it here." Then I went and never looked back. So.
Okay. So no inspiration to be go pro, NBA?
Not initially. It wasn't even on my radar. But when I got into the profession and I realized, okay, I want to do healthcare, but I don't want to be in a hospital. I want to be around sports. The minute I found that my school had the athletic training program, it was instantaneously my goal. I want to be in the NBA. I didn't know how I was gonna get there. I didn't know people. You know, I didn't have connections like I do now, but. The minute I realized, okay, I can be around basketball, but then do healthcare and take care of people, that's where I want to be instantly.
Nice. So with that being said now, right, for all the youths out there in the urban communities growing up that inspired to be a professional athlete, right, I want you to explain to them there's other avenues. You don't have to settle for just being a professional athlete or going, you know what I mean? There's other athletes within the field that you could achieve as well, because it's very hard to make it to a professional league.
it's very limited seats for jobs every year, and then you also have somebody coming in every year that's younger, healthier, smarter, bigger, faster, stronger every year coming for your job.
Right.
So there's other opportunities to where you can be within the professional realm and not necessarily be a professional athlete.
Right.
Now, if you're talented enough to where you get an opportunity, by all means, take it, because in my opinion, school is always going to be there.
Right.
So if you have an opportunity to where you can get a chance to work out for a team or do this or the third, like, go for it.
Right.
School's always going to be there. And if you have, but if that doesn't work out and you have, other aspirations or there's other things that you're interested in, in any capacity, like, there's ways to get into sports without being on the court or being on the field.
Exactly. Can you mention like some of the top fields or avenues in the sport that is available, achievable for the youth?
So I mean, so on the medical side and like the health and wellness, you have like nutritionists, you have chefs, you have strength and conditioning coaches, you have folks that are in charge of sports science,
Right.
You have athletic trainers, physical therapists. And then even outside of the actual confounds of the team, you have like orthopedic surgeons, doctors, dentists, ophthalmologists, all these other healthcare professions, and that's just within my realm. Now you have a whole nother. You have marketing, social media, accounting, like all these other parties that are responsible for making sure that these organizations run well.
Right.
These are all things people can do without necessarily having to be a participant in the sport, but they can still be around the sport. So.
Right, which is all falls right under the umbrella of the organization.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's broad, man. Like, when Rich told me that he was the athletic director for the Jazz, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. You know what I mean? Because we don't see that often in the urban communities where I'm from, at least. You know what I mean? A lot of people aspire to be an athlete. Everybody want to be the next Kobe. Everybody want to be the next LeBron. You know what I mean? So it's good that you explain to them that there's different fields that you could obtain in professional sports. You know what I mean? And we're gonna move on, man. Speaking about professional sports, you are currently, like, I want to mention this again. He is currently the head director of athletic sports for the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
How do you feel like right now in this current state being in that position with the Utah Jazz?
I think so. This is like my 6th year. So the start of the season was my 6th year, kind of within just the organization. And I think I just started feeling comfortable in my own skin.
Right.
Doing what I get to do every day, making decisions that ultimately pertain to the health and wellness of the players that I work with each and every day.
Right.
I'm always very critical of myself. I know you mentioned that you're a perfectionist. Like I'm the same way. Like I'll go into work, and if I'm I'll go to work, see some things, and I'll go home. On my drive home, I'm replaying the day, in my head as I'm driving home, and I'm like, okay, next time I could do this better. Next time, maybe I can study up on this a little bit more, so I'm more sharp on this subject. And it's like, even being here is just like, I try not to get comfortable with the title. Like, that's just one thing. I personally don't care about it. It's more so, what can I do every day to better myself so that I can give my best to these guys when I see them every day.
Right, because you play a vital role in them succeeding on the court. So, man, that is pressure, though. You know what I mean? If you ask me, that is a lot of pressure being in that seat. And, you're back in New York City. We're currently in New York City, sitting in the middle of Times Square. You know what I mean? How do you feel? How does it feel to be back in New York? I know you're not here too often.
Yeah.
I mean, your team, the Jazz, doesn't play the Knicks that often during the season.
Once or twice. In Utah.
Yeah, maybe. So how do you feel like when every time like you get on that plane or you see the calendar and it says Utah Jazz versus New York Knicks? How do you feel about that?
Go home, see my mom. I'm happy. I'm happy,
Which is right.
I'm happy. Like,
which is right.
Granted, it's only a few hours is not enough, and I always get that bittersweet feeling whenever like I go home, see my grandma. And it's as I'm getting older, like I'm starting to realize, okay, the people around me that raised me are getting older, so these moments become more and more important to where I want to get another hug. I want to, get another kiss on the cheek, because it's like, time is fleeting, time is undefeated. So as limited as the time that I have, I want to make sure that they're like that I can make some time, because that's important to me, because I don't know when I'm gonna get that last hello or that last goodbye from these folks. So I try to make that a priority every time.
Time is the essence. Yeah, I mean, you hear that. You hear it from his mouth. I mean, family man, that's important. I mean,
oh man, they all I got.
yeah, man. Okay, so we're gonna dive in to particular what's going on with your current team, Utah Jazz. I know you're here because you played Brooklyn and the Knicks.
Yep.
So by the time this come out, he already played Brooklyn and the New York Knicks. I guess tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Brooklyn, and then Friday is Knicks. Then we fly back out to Utah.
Okay, so that's pretty much 2 games in 3 days. Okay, the Jazz, y'all currently sit 7-13. That's towards the bottom of the Western Conference Finals.
I said 10 or 11, something like that.
10 or 11. I mean, if I'm going to be honest about the Jazz, offensively, y'all have a lot of young guns, man. Y'all have a lot of offensive power. I mean, right now y'all currently 118.5 points per game. Yeah. Rebounding remains better in the marks in the league. Yeah. Good rebounding team. What can you say about your key players and your emerging players, like the young players? I know you got the veteran Markkenan. Let's talk about the young guy, Keyonte George, man.
Like they're all super talented guys. Like being fortunate enough to see them, up front and seeing the work that they put in the off season as they get ready for, to play games, and they're putting in the work. But it's just like there's something to be said about being young in this league and trying to figure it out. And I think that's kind of the phase that all of our young guys are at, to where, they're just trying to figure out, understanding like the speed of the game, understand, play schemes and, offensive and defensive schemes and things like that.
Yeah.
And also trying to understand it within the realm of the 4 other guys that are with you on the court, it's just a learning process. I think, like we're like right in the midst of that learning process, but you can see the evolution each and every game. The guys are getting better. Like they're understanding things a little bit faster. Yeah. They're able to figure things out on the fly more as the game gets more intense.
Which is very important in this league. Speaking of evolution, Keyonte George, man, he's a dynamic guard, man. Yeah. I love to watch him play, man. I mean, what is your opinion on him based on what you see since he came to Utah Jazz?
I mean, he's just hungry. He's super hungry. He wants to do better for himself, but also for his teammates. And I think because he's so focused on making sure that he's good for the guys around him,
right?
That's what's helped his evolution a lot.
Okay, nice. We're gonna speak about a former player that you guys had, Jordan Clarkson, is now on the New York Knicks, man.
Miss him dearly,
man. Thank God for Jordan Clarkson, man. Thank you that he left you guys and came over here, man. But Jordan Clarkson, how was his presence on that team? Because he did a lot. I mean, he scored a lot of buckets. I think he got 6. Did he get 6 man of the year?
Yeah, this is when we had like Joe Ingles, and like, this is when like we had a bunch of vets on the team.
Right. How was his presence back when he was?
Oh, he's just energy. That's probably the one word I would use to describe him. Just energy. Like I was like off the court, super laid back guy, super relaxed. Great locker room guy, great locker room presence. Easy to talk to, but he was just a pure hooper. Like
he is a pure hooper.
He just wants to play ball. Like,
right.
You can see it. You can see it in him, and he, because he's such a good dude, he wanted to see not only himself do well, but he wanted to see the team do well. He wanted to see the team succeed, and he did whatever he needed to do for that. Whether, even if that meant sacrificing some things on his end to make sure the team did well. So
because he was one of the vets on the team at that time. And now he's in New York Knicks, and we really needed him.
Yeah,
the Knicks needed him. Our bench points was horrible last season. Our bench was pretty much non-existent, to be honest. Him bringing him here, him signing with the Knicks really boosts our bench productivity.
That's what he does.
Instant offense.
Yeah.
Everybody says he might give you that J.R. Smith factor. The live wire, you know what I mean? But I like it, man. I like what he brings to the team. It's a spark that we need, and so far he's playing good.
That's good. I'm glad he's doing well.
He's playing well. I mean, he's happy to be here.
I believe him.
He's a fashionable guy. You know what I mean? New York fits him very well. You know what I mean? So it's good to have him. Quick question: you wasn't around during Donovan Mitchell? Yeah, you was around, right? Yeah, I thought you was around.
Yeah, so when we had Donovan, Rudy, Boyan, Joe, Royce, Mike Conley.
That was a squad, man. That was amazing. So I know it's in the past, but it's Donovan Mitchell, one of the most talented guards in the NBA. So I have to bring it up. It was a talk that he was in talks to come to New York Knicks.
Yeah,
there was a trade on the line. Was there any communication, or did you give him any advice? I know he's from New York, and I think his parents from New York as well. But is there any advice you gave him if there was a potential chance that he was to be traded to New York?
No. Like anytime it comes to that kind of stuff, I kind of stay in my lane.
Yeah.
Just because I know it's like that's him, his agent, his family, his personal decision.
Right.
Like like the internet is infamous. Like getting whatever information out all the time.
Yeah.
And you hear it, like you don't know how much truth there is to it.
Right.
I don't know what's going on in his mind. I don't know what he wants to do. But He ended up going to Cleveland.
He ended up going to Cleveland,
and he's doing so well right now.
He's
there,
playing great,
and everything happens for a reason.
Right.
I think he got there because that's where he's supposed to be, and
right.
he's figuring it out.
Yeah, man. I mean, moving on to another player on your roster, right? Markkenan. Markkenan is a hell of a player, man. For his skill set and his size, he is top tier. He's top 10 in the league, in my opinion. But around this year, his name always is mentioned in trade talks. Is there a reason why? Is it because he's that good?
I don't know.
Or are there just teams out there that's just interested in him?
I mean, I think because of how talented he is, I think he has a high value. And I think teams that are looking, I think it's early now in the season because teams are still figuring stuff out, and I think because he's a high value player, people see his worth. He's doing his thing with us, and
he's been doing his thing for a while.
People see it. It doesn't go unnoticed. His hard work doesn't go unnoticed. His sacrifices for the team doesn't go unnoticed.
Right.
And I think people are probably interested for those reasons. Like, they see that if he could potentially be in an addition to anything anywhere. He's having him here with us is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, you can't really beat the internet. There's always going to be rumors around different players, and something. I mean, the rumor was that the Warriors wanted to trade for him, and I guess Draymond Green turned it down or something like that. Whether it's true or not,
even stuff like that is just like,
so it doesn't. It's not relevant.
You never know what people say. I don't know,
man. I mean, let's piggyback to high school days. I played a lot of ball in high school. I remember a couple of times playing ball against you. I remember. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. BRC was out of the BRC.
A couple sessions that we had. I mean, me, you, Rich. Who else we used to play ball with? Mike. Clarence, shout out to Mike. Clarence RP.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Basketball, man. Basketball was a thing. It always been a thing. I don't know what's going on now with the youth. Certain youth in the urban community. They want to do other things. But basketball to us meant everything. You know what I mean? High school, we had numerous sessions playing ball. You know what I mean? Remember CAPS?
Yeah.
CAPS program. That shaped me to be the person I am today, CAPS. Because I was always into the different programs that urban community offers, whether it's sports, dance. That's what I feel like the society is missing right now. There's not enough programs for these kids to be successful. Back in the days when I was growing up, there was a lot of programs. I mentioned CAPS, PAL.
PAL was big.
I used to go to Harlem, Riverbank State Park. They had a whole tournament there. I played both 3 sports that day. You know what I mean? So I think the urban community is definitely missing those programs, man. What you think about that?
I mean, there's definitely a gap, and I think probably the biggest reason for that is like just with how fast social media is progressing. Is now we don't have to interact with each other face to face, person to person. Like growing up, we didn't have like we had like minutes after 5, so we couldn't be on our phone all day. We had to wait, or else we was paying extra money. We didn't want our parents to get mad at us, so we would go outside, kick it with our peoples, and which led to us playing sports and spending hours and hours and hours outside.
Right.
Now it's like the gap is that we're not developing in front of people. We're not getting that emotional intelligence anymore because we're not looking at verbal cues, and we're not looking at people's body language and reactions to understand how to interact with people. And that gap is getting broader and broader the more social media and internet is getting more advanced. And you have AI now that's making making everything more accessible, but by making things more accessible online, we're like drifting further and further away from each other.
That's correct.
And I think that just developmentally, there's just a big gap now.
Right. I agree with you 100%. And like I mentioned earlier, basketball was a way for me to reduce my stress. You know what I mean? I could be dealing with a lot of things. There could be a weight on my shoulder. But the moment I touch that basketball,
you don't think about that
court, I don't think about
nothing.
anything. So those were the days, man. Rivalries between me, you, Rich.
Yeah.
And just finding an avenue to keep us out of trouble. Like, you know what I mean? If I mention, I can't recall. We had a counselor, a sports counselor. You remember his name? That he was the head director of Caps. Kareem.
Okay, I remember Kareem.
Shout out to Kareem, man. He played a real crucial role in my upbringing as a young man. You feel what I'm saying? He really guided me in the right path. You know what I mean? Through sports, man. Moving along, man. The NBA Cup. NBA Cup is here. What you think about that? What you think about the effects that the NBA Cup, that Adam Silver?
I mean, I think we have to remember that. Yeah, basketball. Like there's the competitiveness of it, but it's a business, and it's entertainment. So I think them adding the NBA Cup just throws in like a little mix to what's already been going on.
Yeah.
I think it makes guys more competitive midway. Through this. I think early on in the season, teams like newer teams are still trying to find their flow and things like that.
Yeah.
But I think throwing this right in the middle of the season, I think it gives you some incentive to keep playing hard. It gives you something to play towards, but it also kind of tests your team to see where you're at and see what tweaks and changes you need to make as you advance on to the rest of the season.
Right. I agree, man. You mentioned that very well. There's currently a couple teams left. I believe there is 8 teams left. Coming up, we have multiple games coming up. On the east side, we have Orlando versus Miami and Toronto versus my Knicks. On the west side, we have these are quarterfinals and semifinals, if I'm not mistaken. OKC versus Suns. And the Lakers versus Spurs. What you think about those matchups?
It's good matchups.
Good matchups.
It's gonna be some really good games.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be some good basketball.
Starting next week, man.
It's gonna be some good basketball. I don't always pay close attention to like the standings and things, but when I looked and I saw how well Toronto was doing, I was like,
they picked it up. They picked it up.
That's good. You know what I mean?
They picked it up.
And that just shows you that like even developing teams like they get better over time as they play longer together, and then they add players and take players away and things like that. So it's super exciting to see teams go through a building process and get to this point to where they're competitive and being able to make it into something like the Cup.
Right, so. And it's lucrative for the players as well, especially the last man on the bench. You know what I mean? He gets to put additional amount of money in his pocket as well.
That always helps.
That definitely helps. The Cup, man. I mean, last year I think we had the Bucks. The Bucks was the championship.
So. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was the Bucks when they had Dame still.
I mean, there's mixed feelings though when it comes to the Cup, right? Back in the days, the game was a lot more, in my opinion, a lot more competitive. You know what I mean? So I think this is an initiative to kind of enhance that. Yeah. Adam Silver doing a great job with that.
For sure.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he's doing a great job with that. What do you think moving forward? How do you think the game? How different do you think the game is from back then and our generation to compare to now?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more aggressive, I think. I think back then versus now is more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also, I think, just how it's, just how it's kind of conducted. I think looking to take care of the players in the sense of being more mindful of, hey, we want to protect these players and make sure they're not getting hurt during the course of a game. You know? And I think that the game has changed somewhat for that capacity, just because I think it's becoming more important to manage the health and wellness of these guys to make sure that they're able to have long careers and be able to put on for their teams and their organizations and things like that. So I can see both sides of it. Like, yeah, like, you can see the highlights of the games like back then where like they look tougher, but it's like sometimes the longevity of some of those careers maybe could have been a little bit more if some more emphasis was put on player health. Yeah. And I think now there's a big emphasis on making sure guys are just healthy, so that they can be healthy beyond basketball. They could be there for their kids and grandkids and great grandkids, hopefully best case. So
yeah, that's very important. That's an important point that you made because there are investments, you know what I mean? When they step on that court, it's a big investment that these corporations and are making, you know what I mean? So how do you feel? What's your preparation when it comes to that? Like as an athletic trainer, how do you prepare the players for the game?
Yeah, I mean, so everybody has a different need. Like, as we go through the preseason and things like that, we do all these assessments, like we're checking ranges of motion, we're checking mobility, and everybody has like a specific profile to where, let's say I have 3 guys that I work with before every game.
Yeah.
I know that one guy will have tight hamstring, one guy has, decreased motion in his ankle.
Right.
So I know that to prepare him for this game, these are things that we need to work on because we know historically these are things that functionally haven't been great for him.
Right.
And we just put an emphasis on those things to know that this is going to best prepare him physically to get ready for the game, on top of everything else that he's doing, watching film, doing his activation in the weight room and things like that.
Okay, so that's how you go about your day-to-day preparation.
Yeah, it's like they're pretty much like that. Like the easy part of my job is they'll come in and tell me what's wrong.
Right.
And I just have to figure out how to try to make it right. And then we just go from there.
I think one of the questions that I'm sure our followers would like to hear and understand completely in depth, how much power do you guys have as a medical staff? Because we see time and time again where it's like a power struggle with the players and the management. I don't know if y'all play in the middle or y'all kind of middle man when it comes to whether a player is cleared and good enough, healthy enough to play.
I think in Utah we have a really good situation to where like we have a lot of trust from our coaching staff, our front office, and the players. Yeah. To where they know that we want to make sure that they're good physically. Like they check all the boxes, you know, like we'll do all these assessments and make sure they're good, but also mentally, are they good? Because you can be healthy, you can be ready to go, but if you're telling me, I'll have a conversation with a guy. Usually, I say, percentage-wise, where are you at? 100% being you're ready to go, no issues, and they'll tell me. I'll get like, for example, like somebody would be like, I'm 90%. I'm like, okay, what 10% is missing? Right. He goes, I'm just not there yet mentally. Like I haven't had enough reps. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll do what we need to do on our end to give you that 10% so that you can be 100% to play. And we've gotten the support of the players and the coaches in the front office to be able to do that.
Right. I mean, that's understandable because, most players want to play. They want to be on that court.
And they'll fight me. And I get it. I'm empathetic to that, and my messaging is I would rather lose you for 5 games while we get you right than lose you for 20 games if this gets worse.
Right.
And that's always like, I always try to paint big picture because you're right. They want to play. They're like, oh, I could play on this, And sometimes guys can play through things and, being older, I sometimes expect them to play through certain things. Right. But if I see something, I'm like, this is probably going to get worse. We need to get in front of this before it gets worse. Right. And before we lose you for a longer amount of time.
Right. Because to be honest, I mean, back in the days, guys played a lot with injuries.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson, they played.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this nowadays modern era players, they don't really play with the injuries. I'm going to be honest. They don't play with injuries like that. I mean, a little sprained ankle.
Yeah.
Sprained ankles is a really, really complicated injury.
Yeah, it
So
can
I
go
can
either way.
understand,
It can go
but
either way.
I believe back in the days, a lot of players played more with injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, we have one of our main players on the Knicks right now, OG Anunoby. He's out with a was it hamstring, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
Can you explain to the audience how does that affect you on the court?
Yeah,
Hamstrings?
I mean anything. So a hamstring injury is considered like a soft tissue.
Yeah.
So a hamstring, groin, those are probably the two common ones you'll see if you ever hear soft tissue injury.
Right.
You don't want to mess with those. Like
Soft tissue is the worst injury.
you don't like because when they happen once, the chances of it happening again, it keeps increasing the percentage the more it happens.
It happened to him last year as well. So
So so it's like you want to get it right or as close to perfect as you can the first time, so that because a lot of what we do is risk mitigation. We want to make the risk as small as possible.
yeah.
For you to be able to play. So let's say you're coming back from a hamstring. We want to make the risk of you hurting yourself as small as possible before you go back to play.
Right.
Is it going to be perfect? No. Like there's so many different factors. Hydration, mobility.
Yeah.
Other injuries somewhere else that might, potentially affect like any other injury going on in the body.
Right.
But our job is to look at the whole picture and say, okay, what is the risk of letting this person go back? And if we're not comfortable, we're gonna take more time to make sure that
Precautionary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and it's an 82 game season.
It's a long season. It's a long season.
No need to rush it. I'd rather they deal with certain injuries in the beginning than when it's crunch time,
100%.
the playoffs start,
100%.
and we
And then
need
you
to
lose
be
somebody, right.
Because going into the playoffs, a lot of people do them with injuries same way. But, you know what I mean? It's good that it's not good, but it's better off to deal with these injuries now
take the
early on
time.
in the season.
like take the time. Like they'll argue with you, they'll fight with you, but
Right. Because this year, to start off, there's been a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
I could mention a list of injuries. Giannis. It's been updated right now. Brand new update that he just got injured, allegedly injured on the court. I mean, I don't. They saying it's his calf
injury.
Calf
yeah.
injury. That's one. Victor Wembanyama is out. He's injured.
I think he's a calf too.
Calf too. Anthony Davis. He's always injured. They call him street clothes for a reason. He's always injured.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard. That's the next person that's always injured. And we're gonna talk more about Kawhi. Joel Embiid, Zion Williamson, Trae Young, John Morant, Jalen Williams, Pablo, Darius Garland, Jalen Green, Brandon Miller, Cam Thomas, Tyler Hero, OG, I mentioned, Jaden Ivey, Braun, Castle. A lot of players been injured. Jason Tatum is out. Tyrese Halliburton is out. Kyrie Irving, Damian Lillard, Fred VanVleet, Murray is out. There's a lot of major key players that's out with major injuries this year, man. I don't think I've seen a season where this many dominant, prominent players are injured.
The same thing's happened to football too.
Football too is happening as well.
It's very similar. Like I'll play fantasy and
Me too.
As I'm setting the lineups, I'm like, okay, this guy's out for the year, ACL this, Achilles that, and I'm just like, man, what is happening?
It's crazy, man. All right, the elephant in the room, load management. What you think about that, man?
I mean, I think it's necessary because because it is 82 games, and if you're dealing with, other factors like past injuries and things like that, like we kind of have to track what's going on. Like we have to track how hard these guys are playing. Like if they had a double overtime game, let's say tonight, and they have another game tomorrow. It's just like the more that exposure that they have to to playing over a short amount of time, that risk. So kind of going back to risk mitigation.
Yeah,
like that risk increases. So I was like, there are some cases to where, we might want to watch that closely. Now, does that mean somebody doesn't play? No. But this is something that we want to monitor so that we know that even if they do continue to play, knowing that they've had a double overtime game last night, they got to play again tomorrow.
Right.
Now we have to, on our side, we're like, okay, well, they're going to play. There's nothing wrong with them. They're going to play. what can we do once this game is over to make sure that they get what they need to do to perform the next time, and that's where recovery becomes important. So like
very important.
So like load management is important from the standpoint of we're tracking and monitoring to seeing what is their exposure, how much, how intense, and for how long. And now we're like, okay, they're in the red. Let's say we have green, yellow, red. They're in the red. We're like worried, but that doesn't mean something's going to happen. It's just like we just need to pay more attention to this person.
Okay, so load management is definitely a thing across the board in the NBA.
Yeah, for sure.
In different organizations. Yeah. Okay.
But it's more so to like, it's not, okay, we got to sit this person, we got to sit this person. It's more so we need to watch this person and make sure that they get what they need from the recovery side to keep going.
Okay, so piggyback off of that now, right? What would you say to the OG fan that's been watching the game since the 80s and 90s that said, man, he could play. He should be playing. Jordan played 82 games multiple times. Their load was much more than these modern players' load because they practice more. You guys not practicing that much in this season. Y'all practice, but not so much as compared to what they used to do. So what would you say about that? That's fan that. Because I see all the time on internet. I'm one of them sometimes. I'm one of them. I'm like, come on, man. Like there's fans that pays thousands of dollars to see their best player play. So how about that?
I mean, I can see that side of it to where it's okay, like as a fan, you're, again, it goes back to entertainment. You're paying to see the product of the NBA and you're expecting to see certain things.
Right.
But it's like, one, these guys have the power to control what happens to their body, and they're gonna put their bodies first. So like that's something that everyone just has to respect. I think it's just like, and then two, it's always easy to say it until you gotta do it. Right. Like they're not getting into the hotel at 3 a.m., waking up at 8 a.m. for breakfast, then a meeting.
Right.
Shoot around, play, go to the next city, 2 a.m. Like it's easy to look at the final product of the game and say, oh well, they need to be playing all these games, without realizing that what happens before you see what you see on TV.
Right.
And it's like if you realize how much the NBA isn't as glamorous as it might actually looks,
right?
Then you'll be like, oh, okay, I get why these guys are exhausted. I get why like mental health is a big thing, because there's more to the NBA than what you see on TNT.
Most definitely. I mean, to the casual fan that's home watching the games on their spare time, I mean, we criticize a lot, you know what I mean? But we can't walk in their shoes. They are professional athletes for a reason. Yeah. I mean, even the term where we like to use a lot, oh, he's a bum. This guy's a bum. Listen, he was the top athlete in college or even in high school. So he's there for a reason. Not so many people make it.
No.
I mean, I can tell you, I had hoop dreams. You know what I mean? It takes a lot to make it to that level. So, I mean, I understand they got to protect their body. But the athletes, these generations, they're a lot more bigger. They're a lot more skilled.
It's just different. It's just like you can't...
It's a different mindset.
Yeah, it's a different mindset. Just different time. Like, it's just... Like, trying to compare it is like... You're going to just go crazy trying to compare.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
Like the 80s and 90s to the 2010s. And like, it's... Like, I think it's going to be... Like, you're never finding an answer.
Right.
Like, just... Like looking at it from a psychological standpoint, going back to what I was talking about, like there is so much, like there's so much AAU, there's so much organized basketball to where like when we were playing, we would just go outside to the park, and play on the blacktop, get hurt, put a Band-Aid on it, maybe wash it off with the fire hydrant water,
right,
and then go back and play.
Right.
Now it's just everything is structured, organized play, so it's just like. Even from that standpoint, it's like I think a lot of the players now aren't getting that exposure to just pure, just having fun playing basketball and learning the game from that point. Everything is skills coach this, drills that, skills coach this, and it's just different. Like that's just the time, and it's just a matter of just adapting to what it is. Because that's how it's gonna be, you know.
And being a professional and taking care of your body, man. Look at LeBron James. I think this is his 23rd season.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think I don't know how true it is. There's a rumor that he spent $1 million a year on his body.
I would like to see that, man. Whoever
That
he's paying,
is crazy.
Good for them.
Because, he's a top athlete, right? He's getting taken care of very well by his athletic team on the Lakers.
Yeah.
So to go out of that and go in his pocket to take care of his body is a whole different ball game, man. He's dedicated to the craft, and that's why he's so great. So I can understand.
And he has the means to do it, so why not?
Yeah, why not? Man, we spoke about a lot, man. We spoke about a lot of different things. I'm just happy to see a young man that I knew back in the days, growing up in the urban community, make it out, make a difference. You're here now on the platform, Urban Trio Podcast, kind of, to make light, bring light to how you made it, how you going to impact the future and these youths moving forward. And man, it's good to have you here, man. Athletic director, head of athletic director, you go Jazz, man.
Appreciate it, man.
That's a feeling that you can only experience if you put the work in. You know what I mean? You put the work in over the years. How long you said it took you to reach here at this level?
Till I got my first real job. So I got my first degree in 2013. I didn't get my first real job until 2019.
Yeah.
I lied. Probably 2020 when I got my first real job.
Okay.
So I was like, there's no shortcuts. I get asked that all the time by students, like, what's the trick? It's like, there's no trick. There's no trick. You got to be patient, and if it's for you, it's gonna happen.
Right, I agree 100%. Don't take no shortcuts in life, man. My motto, one of my mottos right now is turning your dreams into success. Whatever you dream of doing, just do it. Be good at it, put the work in, and you will be successful. Consistency.
Yeah.
Just going to school was never my thing.
Sure.
College and everything. I did community college and everything, but I didn't think it was necessary for me to get a degree or further my education. Not saying that these kids out there shouldn't go to school. Go to school, get your college and your degree. It's very important. Education is the key. But I felt like there was other means for me to be successful in life. You know what I mean? But, man, more powers to him, man. Yeah. You did multiple colleges, master's degrees. It's incredible, man. It's incredible because we from the urban community.
Yeah, right there.
We from the urban community. Like, everybody got hoop dreams. Everybody want to be a basketball player. So I wanted to bring you here today to kind of share your experiences and teach the youth that it's important. You could dream to be other things as well.
For sure.
Not only the typical NBA player, sports athlete, or rapper and things like that. You could be an athletic trainer of a sports team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's dope. One thing I want to discuss with you before I bring this up, like I mentioned earlier, you're going to play Brooklyn next, and then my team, New York Knicks. What you think about those upcoming games, particularly my team, the New York Knicks?
I haven't even really looked. I think the crazy thing about like the schedule is like, there's so many times where I wouldn't even know who we're playing until sometimes I get to the arena.
Okay.
Because it's like it's
locked in.
It's so many games. It's Brooklyn. I always like playing at Barclays because I live 20 minutes from Barclays.
Okay.
A bunch of my boys hit me, said that they got tickets, so I'm looking forward to having family and friends there.
Okay.
I actually used to intern with the Knicks.
I know. I was going to bring that up.
Yeah. So I interned with them back in
Westchester, right?
So I was up in Tarrytown with them during the 2015-2016 season. I was a seasonal assistant with the Knicks. I think this is like the team where we had like Melo, Jose Calderon, Aaron Aflalo.
Remember that team.
And it's like super nostalgic to go back to the Garden. Like I love going back because I recognize the security guards.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the medical staff is still there from when I was there, and it's just like super nostalgic to like be in the building, just like be there but on the other side, and it's like that is probably one of the things I look forward to most because it's like that was what started everything for me.
Right.
So that's super, super important in my journey.
Nice. Hopefully, I I'm not gonna wish you good luck against the team because we need a win. You know what I mean? We need as much wins as possible. But yeah, man. I mean, I want you guys to have a healthy career.
No, for
you know
sure.
what I mean? I want you to be successful in your field. I want you to continue being
Appreciate
great. I want you to continue to inspire the youths, man. You inspired me, honestly.
Appreciate
Inspired me
you,
a
man.
lot. You know what I mean? Appreciate you for being here, man. Before we close out, I want to discuss crisis that's going on in the Caribbean. You know what I mean? My hometown of Jamaica, where my family's from, suffered a hurricane called Melissa. Terrible hurricane. What are your thoughts about what's going on in the Caribbean, particularly in Jamaica? Much shout outs to Haiti, DR, and other small islands as well that got affected.
It's always one of, like, natural disasters is like, that's the worst thing because there's nothing you can really do to like prepare for how catastrophic it's going to be.
Yeah.
To, you know, lives lost, homes lost,
Right.
you know, things within the homes, you know, that hold the core memories of, you know, family upbringings and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's never something easy. But one thing I've noticed is across the board, at least like within like my bubble and the people that I know, like all of my friends are either from the Caribbean, Black American, or Hispanic. And the amount of people that are willing to help, like whenever there's like, despite whatever the government is doing, despite whatever our local government is doing, despite whatever, you know, the governments, you know of those nations are doing.
Yeah.
Like the people that I've seen that are willing to just take money, take clothes, take food. And it's like not even a second thought. You know, like I have my sister-in-law call me. She goes, "Hey, I have a ton of baby clothes. Like, do you know anyone that can help us get this to Jamaica?"
Right.
Yes, I do actually. You know, I know many people. I called her one of my homegirls because she told me she was sending a barrel down.
Oh, right.
I said I called, said, "Hey, my sister-in-law got a bunch of clothes. When can she drop it off?"
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to help, you know, organize this from
man.
Utah. You know what I mean? So it's like
very honorable.
It's always terrible, but I love when, like, no matter what nation you're from, we all try to help each other out.
Help each other out, man. Help each hand help one.
Man,
you know what I mean? And,
it's needed.
My parents taught me that a long time ago, and Jamaica needed it, man. A lot of the Caribbean islands need it. You know what I mean? Like you said earlier, you're from GT, Guyana descent, so you know what it is to give back and you know, help out the community. You know what I mean? I want to be down there soon. Hopefully, I'll be there soon, back there to kind of continue the journey of helping out, you know, my fellow Jamaicans, you know. And to close out the pod though, there's a couple things that we didn't discuss the upcoming Olympics. 2026, in LA. What you feel about that? I mean, I seen that my country of Jamaica, they missed the opportunity to go to the World Cup the other day. So, I mean, I guess we got another chance, a second chance. But how do you feel about that?
The world is catching up to the U.S.
Yeah, definitely.
The world is like, I know that, you know, granted, like, we still have the best players on the planet that come from the U.S.
By far.
But, like, every year you watch the Olympics and you see that all these other countries, like, they're, like, good, you know, like
really
like France now, they have Wemby now. It's like that's a scary team with just having him on the team.
Exactly.
So it's just like I'm excited to see it. You know, it's local here, so that's, you know, that makes it extra special for us. But I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to seeing if I can get that ticket out there. I know it's going to be an expensive one.
They're going to tax.
Yeah, I want to be there, man. I want to experience the moment. It's going to be great, man. I think we're going to get a teaser of that in this upcoming All-Star game.
Are they doing World?
I think they're doing the World.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think that's great.
That's going to be great.
I think that's great. Oh, it's going to be good. But yeah, like you said, it'll be a good preview because they're good. They're so good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can't deny it. You have Shea, Canada, Jokic, you know, Luka. These are like top of the top players, and now they're gonna be together on one team.
It's gonna be amazing.
Oh man,
what do you think about the narrative now that the European players are taking over the league?
I wouldn't say they're taking over. I mean, I just feel like that their presence is being felt now. I don't think they're taking over though, but. You know, like, and it's just a matter of numbers. Like, there's not enough of them that are at that level to say that comfortably.
Right.
But with the numbers they have, they're that talented that it feels like a takeover because their presence is that big.
Okay, if you was to state you're the best player in the league right now, who would that be?
Oh, that's tough. I don't even know. That's tough. I think outside of my team, one of the players that I like to watch the most, he's not even playing right now. Kyrie is one of my favorite players to watch. But
considered the best player in the league? One of.
Yeah, I think so. But healthy wise, Shea.
Shay's the best player in the league.
I enjoy watching Shea.
Yeah.
Like he makes it look so effortless. Like
he's an overseas player.
Yeah.
But I think, to me, honestly, I think Jokic is the best player in the league.
Yeah.
By far.
No, he's
Jokic is a beast.
I mean, to be that size and do what he does,
it's size
and
incredible. Dominate the game from different factors of the game. It's unbelievable, man.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
No,
I haven't seen nothing like it, man.
Because it hasn't happened.
Yeah, man.
Not to that level.
I haven't seen nothing like it, man.
Like somebody his size that could pass, shoot,
and just dominate the game.
His IQ is through the roof.
Very IQ is good. I mean, Shea is he's having a hell of a season to start the season. OKC is having a hell of a season overall. I think they only lost one game.
Yeah, they're a really good team.
And y'all have them coming up too, right?
Yeah, we played them Sunday at home. They're a tough team, really like talented young team.
George he gonna need sleep for Shea. Man, George, make sure he gets some sleep for Shea. He gonna need sleep. But yeah, man. We went over a lot of different things. Man. I wanna once again appreciate this guy, man, from coming on the pod, man. It's a busy guy. He just landed. Busy guy, and he came to support us, you know what I mean? I want y'all to go over there and support him, support the team, support Utah, support the Jazz, support Jamal, man. He's a good guy, man.
Appreciate you, man. Definitely.
To close it out, we're going to have some drinks, man. Make sure I got the purple for the Jazz. So if that mean anything, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. It's good to have a little champagne from here to there, you know what I mean?
I'm going to go right to sleep.
What I want you guys to do, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, you know? It's UT3, man. We here. It's your boy Tag, man. Shout outs again to my co-hosts Keith and Drez. They'll be here soon, man. These things is always hard to take off. No, tomorrow you got like shoot around or anything like that?
Yeah. We'll have a little shoot around in the morning. I think it's earlier tomorrow. It's like at 9, I think. So I'll probably start my day at like 5 or 6.
Okay, that's in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that a big thing? Like before the games, is each player have different routines and shoot arounds, working with different coaches and stuff like that? That's a big thing?
Yeah, so it's super organized. We have a chart. Every guy has his like pregame table time. That's their time with us. They have their weight room time.
Yeah.
So they're their prep stuff, and they have their shooting time with their coach.
Okay.
It's like it's very routine oriented. You know, some guys are very superstitious, where it's like they do literally the same exact thing every night. It's crazy to think. Like, you know, like some guys, like we had a guy last year where I would tape his right ankle first, then his left. I would mess with him and go to tape the left first. He would stop me every time. You're like, no. Like,
you got to start here according to his routine. Yeah. I mean, it's good to have a routine, you know what I mean? It gets you in that mode, you know what I mean? NBA, man, it's not easy, man. No. They make it look easy, but it's not easy.
It's not glamorous.
And I can imagine the lens that you're looking at the game through, you know? Most of the times I'm actually looking at the TV. You're at courtside. Like, I didn't ask you, how is that feeling, though? Like, when can you, or if you can, separate the game, like from being the trainer to like a fan? Do you find yourself separating it at times during the game?
I think the times where like I like become a fan of the guys on the team, it's usually all the time. But I'm more like I'm watching the game like, okay, I'm looking at this end. After a play is over, I'm making sure everybody ran back, make sure nobody's on the ground, seeing if somebody's holding their knees. You know, watching these little nuances. I'm watching for if somebody's bleeding, because I know like if somebody's bleeding, we get a limited amount of time to stop the blood, or if we don't, they got to come out the game.
Right.
So like I'm trying to catch it before the refs catch it, so that I'm prepared or ready to kind of get it going. But there's times when it's like, let's say it's a minute left in the fourth and we're tied, and I'll find myself like getting hyped up in the game. Like if he hit a big shot, like I'm cheering for them and I'm getting excited with them. Doesn't happen a lot, but in those crunch time moments, like like I get to enjoy the game. You know? And then the other time where I'm like really cheering for a guy is when a guy comes back from injury, because that's when I'm the most nervous. Because I'm like, okay, we've been working on this for a month. Please don't get hurt again.
Right. You want to ensure that he's good to go.
So like that first game back, I'm stressed the whole game. I'm
and most players are nervous as well, especially if they're coming from a long period of time where they're off the court.
So, I'm stressed. So I was like, even if they don't have a great game, but they like, get their assignments, they're sprinting, they're doing all the things they normally do. That's a win for me in my book. Right. And it's like, all right, well, we'll just keep building on this. Like, I don't expect the first game back to be perfect, but as long as you stay healthy and you just keep building, I'm good.
Is there a particular player on your team right now that's currently injured?
I mean, we have like knick-knack stuff. Like, like nothing like super.
Day-to-day?
Yeah, day-to-day things. Like, it's a contact sport. Like, things come up. Guys get elbowed, guys get bruises, tweaks here and there, but...
Can you share one moment in your career where it was extremely challenging for you?
Last year, we had a guy, he had a fractured dislocation of his ankle during the game.
Ooh.
That was my first time attending to that. And I held his ankle in my hand, and it's just like he's sitting there, so I'm trying to
in pain,
do what I can to manage the thing, but that was a year-long rehab process, and doing anything for that long, trying to it gets old. It gets old fast,
definitely.
And I can't even. It gets old for me, so I can't even imagine what he's going through, because it's old for him, but he also wants to play. So I think probably the most challenging thing was doing that for an entire year, trying to keep this person engaged and trusting in me that I'm doing the right thing by him.
Right. So speaking of that, I've been dealing with rotator cuff injury in my right shoulder for the last year. I had a surgery March 26th, and I'm still dealing with it. Yeah. Still trying to recover from this injury, man. What advice could you give me to help me get through it? Because it's been rough. I'm not gonna lie. This is my right arm, my dominant arm. I'm an alpha male, so there's a lot on my plate. Yeah. So it sucks to be limited. And I just want to get over the pain. I want to get over the injury within itself, so I can move forward and do great things in life. You know what I mean? And I think this is kind of, brought me down to a level a little bit. Even though I don't let it bother me, I'm still up and running. I still do what I need to do. But give me what advice could you give me to kind of help me get over this?
I mean, the first thing is making sure that you're, seeing the right, making sure you're taking time to, be at physical therapy and, taking the time to talk to the professionals that can help you manage that.
Right.
But the most important thing is to respect the fact that you're hurt. Like, I'm the same way. Like, even if I get hurt, I can't go to work and be hurt. I still have to perform. Like, you say you have things on your plate you have to do. Yeah. I actually have a right shoulder injury right now that I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
I'm at work and I'm moving guys around. I'm like, stretching, doing all these things, and I'm in pain sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's just like I have to do what I need to do to get it done. But there's times that I forget to respect the fact that I'm hurt.
Yeah, and then, I have those moments.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I think the most important thing you can do is be patient, because like we're both older, so we're not gonna heal as fast as we healed when we were 20.
Right.
That's number one. So you gotta understand, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but also respect the fact that you're hurt and try not to push yourself beyond what your body can tolerate right now.
Right. And I have a 2-year-old son, and I mean, it's crazy.
You can't take off from being a dad. You can't. They're not gonna let you.
Nah, man, you can't take off, man. I mean, yeah, man. Like you said, man. Take care of your body, man. Everybody's getting older.
Man, it's not easy. I get hurt.
Eat the right things, nourish your body, get enough sleep. Sleep is very important. And hopefully I'll be back to normal, because I want to hoop, man. I still want to hoop, man. You know what I mean? So, Yeah, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. On that note, we're gonna pop a bubbly.
For sure.
You could take a glass. Jamal, man.
Appreciate you, my brother, for sure.
Appreciate you a lot, man, for coming out. I know you need this, man.
Not too much. Start my day at 6.
6 in the morning? Wow. You hear that?
Yeah,
Dedication.
probably,
6 in the morning. The work never stops, huh?
And like I tell people every time, it's like I'm an early riser. Like,
Yeah.
I usually start most mornings 5:30, 6 o'clock, and it's like that's the one time of the day that everybody else is asleep, so nobody's gonna bother me.
Respect, man, to the podcast, man. Thanks for coming, UT3. Respect, boss. Like I mentioned before, man, we're back in full direct. Season 2, we got a lot more surprises for you guys. You know what I mean? It's your boy Tag, man. Make sure y'all put on your notifications. We're expecting exclusive podcast content on YouTube, Instagram, social media, Patreon, a lot of these platforms, Apple, Spotify. We're going to be there this season. Season 2, man. We're coming bigger and better than ever, man. UT3, we out.
Cheers.